Good morning, students. Today in this lecture we are covering the topic of recurrences. In the previous lecture you noticed that we have covered the topic of asymptotic notations and then we covered merge sort. Merge sort you notice that it was based on the divide and conquer approach. It was based on the divide and conquer approach. In this lecture, we will be covering what are the various methods available to analyze the divide and conquer approach problem. That is, how we analyze, how we calculate the running time of divide and conquer approach, and the approaches which are basically used to solve the divide and conquer approaches are known as the equation which comes in divide and conquer approach is basically known as the recurrence equation. In the previous lecture we discussed that divide and conquer approach, basically there are three steps. First step was the divide step, the second step was the conquer step, and third step was the combine step. In the divide step, you notice that we have done that we were dividing the original problem. That is, if we are giving this original problem, we are breaking this original problem into sub-problems. We are breaking this original problem into number of sub-problems. Let's say we are breaking these problems into, let's say for example, A sub-problems. Okay. Normally the size of sub-problems are equal. That is, if there are n elements in the array, then we are dividing these n elements array into sub-problem, and the size of each sub-problem is 1 by b of the original. That is, the number of elements in each sub-array is 1 by b of the total elements. That is, if there are n elements, then there will be 1 by b. That is, n by b elements will be there. Okay. So after dividing, we were conquering. In the conquer step, what we were doing, we were conquering these sub-problems recursively in the similar way as we were conquering the original problem. After that, when the problem cannot be broken, or when the problem becomes, you can say the problem is at its atomic level, then we combine those sub-problems and then solve the sub-problem. In the merge sort, you see that the original problem was divided into two sub-problems, and those sub-problems are further divided into two sub-problems till we get the single element array. Then we started combining them. Then when we solve such type of problems, then basically there are three steps are coming. Then you can notice that in these three steps there will be some time will be taken. Let's say that time to divide the problem is basically denoted by, let's say, d of n, and to combine the sub-problem, that let's say total time is taken as denoted by c of n, where n is the number of elements for in the given array, or n is the input size. And when we conquer is basically, notice that as we are dividing the original problem into sub-problem, further we are dividing the sub-problem into more sub-problems in the similar fashion recursively as you are doing with the original problem. Then you notice here that then what is the time to take the, what is the total time for conquering, how will we calculate it? Just try to understand that. Let's say if this is the original problem and we have to original problem and we have to sort the elements in this array. Let's say the total time in sorting these elements is denoted by P of n. Okay, and see that if there are n elements in the array, then total time to sort this array is basically T of n, total time. Okay. Now, when we are dividing this problem into A sub-problems, and let's say the size of each sub-problem is 1 by b of the original, then how much time it will take to sort the elements of this array? It will be, as it is the size 1 by b of the original elements, then the number of elements in this array will be n upon b, and let's say total time is denoted by t times of a n upon b. Then in sorting this or solving this sub-problem takes time t n upon b, and there are similarly a sub-problems. Then total time is denoted by a t n upon b. Hence, the conquer steps time is denoted by a t n upon b. and the total time to solve this problem is dividing time plus conquer time plus combine time. Hence we can say the equation becomes T of n is equal to dividing time plus conquer time ATL upon B plus combined time C of n. Okay, and in this way basically we are saying that A is the number of subproblems and 1 by B is the size, total number of elements in the subarray. Okay, and Cn is the combined time. As you see that in the merge sort, if we talk about in merge sort, the combined time was basically is theta of n. Okay, this time is basically when the number of elements are greater than, when the number of elements are greater than 1, then this time is there. Otherwise a constant time is there when the number of elements is 1. Hence we say the equation for divide and conquer is something like that, this. Okay, normally when we divide the subproblem, it takes a constant time. Generally it takes a constant time, and constant time is denoted by theta of 1. Okay, and combined time, let's say when we are combining the subproblem, let's say some equation is coming, and if we denote it by f of n, then the total running time will be denoted by the equation. The equation will come out to be T of n is equal to constant time when number of input is 1, and otherwise this is basically a constant time, and when we add this time in the function, it will be the same function. Hence it will be A T n upon B plus f of n if input is greater than 1. This equation which we get as we are recursively solving this problem, the equation which we are getting here is known as the recurrence equation. That is, when we solve a divide and conquer problem, then the equation which we are getting is known as the recurrence equation, and the form of recurrence equation is like this. That is, we see that if we are sorting n number of elements, or we are solving the problem with n elements, then the total time is the sum of solving the A subproblems, and each subproblem is of size n upon b. There is total time to solve a single subproblem, and you can say when multiplied by A, where is the total subproblems, then the total time to solve these problems, plus while we are combining these problems, then the total time which is taken is denoted by a recurrence equation. Okay, these recurrence equation, to solve these recurrence equation, basically there are 3 types of approaches, and this basically comes under the topic of recurrences. Recurrences are basically solving the divide and conquer approach problems is known as the recurrence, you can say. The equation which is correct is known as the recurrence equation. There are basically 3 types of method available to solve these recurrence equation. First method is known as the substitution method, which we will study here, but we will see it in the last. Okay, substitution method. Second is known as the recursion tree method, and third, most important and simple method is known as the master method. Okay, normally when we solve the divide and conquer problems, we basically mainly use master method, and if we have to calculate the exact analysis, then we use the recursion tree method. And substitution method is basically a guess method in which we guess first the answer and then we verify that is that answer is true or false. Okay. Okay. Now, first we will discuss the recursion tree method. First we will be discussing the recursion tree method, and the equation is basically recursion tree method we are talking about. It is basically a tree-based method, and to understand this method, I am using the equation for merge sort. Okay. In the previous lecture we discussed merge sort, and then we get a recurrence equation, and I directly told you what was the answer of that equation. Okay. Now just try to understand it. When we were solving the merge sort, what we have said that we are given an original problem with n elements, and we were dividing these problem into two subproblems, each were having total of n by 2 elements. Each were having total of n by 2 elements, and we were doing further division till we are getting a single element array. The procedure was repeated till we are getting a single element array. And you notice that the total number of subproblems in each step were 2 subproblems. Okay. The recurrence equation was T of n is equal to a t n upon b plus f of n, where fn is the time to combine. It is the running time to combine. Okay. And I told you that when we were combining these basically subproblems, then this was already in sorted form. This was already in sorted form, and we were combining these two subarrays to create a single sorted array. And I told you that while we are combining, the procedure which was used is known as the merge procedure, and the running time to combine these two subproblems is denoted by theta of n. Hence, while we are solving the merge sort problem, you can say this combining time will come as theta of n. And what is here A? A is the total number of subproblems. Here we are dividing, in each step we are dividing it into the 2 subproblems. You notice that we are dividing it into the 2 subproblems. Hence, the value of A is 2, and each subproblem is half of original. That is, if there are n elements, then n by 2 elements are coming here. That is, half elements are coming. Hence, the value of B is 2. Hence, we say the equation of merge sort came to be T of n is equal to a constant time will take if number of input is 1. Okay. Otherwise, if number of input is greater than 1, then the equation is simply 2t n upon 2 plus you can say theta of n. Okay. This is basically the running time equation of merge sort, and this equation is known as this equation 2t n upon 2 plus theta of n is known as the recurrence equation. Then how, and in the previous lecture I told you that when we solve this equation, the running time of merge sort came out to be theta of n LDN. How it is coming? To solve this equation, I told you there are basically 3 methods. One is the recursion tree method, which we will be covering now. After that, the second method is master method, which we will be covering next. And third is the guess method, which is known as the substitution method. First of all, we will discuss the recursion tree method here. Okay. Just try to understand with this method, with this example, how we are calculating its running time with n log n. Okay. Now to solve this problem, notice that when we open any notation, then in place of theta we use basically a constant c. Okay. Thus, this will become T of n is equal to a constant c for n is equal to 1, and it will become 2t n upon 2 plus c of n for n greater than 1. Now we have to solve this equation. Okay. Now, just notice that what I am trying to say that in merge sort, if there are basically 6 elements, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let the elements are 4, 1, 9, 2, 6, 3. Then when we are partitioning it into 2 parts, okay, they were 4, 1, 9, 2, 6, 3, and further we were partitioning and were combining, okay. Then the combined step running time is C of n, and this partitioning, when we are partitioning this part, is running time is this. Then you can say this is basically total time, that is time to partition or the original problem into sub problem and then solving these sub problems and combining them is the total time. When we are solving this sub problem, the solving time of this sub problem is basically Tn upon 2, and solving time of this sub problem is basically Tn upon 2. Hence the solving time of these two sub problems is 2Tn upon 2, and the combining time of these two is basically C of n. Okay, thus equation is coming like this. Now how we are designing the tree? Just notice that. Okay, initial step, if you notice that, in the initial step what I am saying that when we are solving this problem, then the original problem is T of n. When we are solving this problem, then this sub problem is having the solution of solving two sub problems plus combining time. Then this sub problem can be taken as combining time and breaking it into two sub problems of T of n upon 2 and T upon n upon 2. That is, if we calculate this total, it will be the sum of the total running time. Okay. Now how we are solving this sub problem? When we further solve Tn upon 2, we notice that the running time of T of n is 2Tn upon 2 plus C of n. Then what is the running time of T of n upon 2? Then Tn upon 2. That is, in place of n we are replacing it by n by 2. Then it will become 2T. N is replaced by n by 2. It will become n by 4 plus Cn upon 2. So then we can replace this by this equation. Hence it will come out to be C of n, and it will be Cn upon 2. It will be Cn upon 2, and they are further divided into two subproblems of T of n upon 4, T upon n upon 4, T of n upon 4, and T of n upon 4. Further, we will replace T upon 4 by this equation, and the result will be coming. Hence, the overall graph of this equation will come out to be like this. It will come like this. Here it will be Cn, then here it will be Cn upon 2, here it will be Cn upon 2, then here it will be Cn upon 4, Cn upon 4, Cn upon 4, Cn upon 4, and further you continue. Notice that n is the number of total number of elements in the array. Okay, let's say there are 6 elements. Then n by 2 is the problem. There will be 3 elements. Then further to at one time there will be 1 element. Okay, and to solve one element, the time is basically a constant time. So further division will make it to a single element, and the time to solve single element is basically C time, a constant time. And how many single problems there will be? If there are 6 elements, then total 6 sub-problems will be created. That is, if there are n elements, then total n sub-problems will be created. Okay, it is basically C will be coming n times. Now, that is why solving the problem with the recursive tree, first we design a tree, and here we have got this tree. Okay. Now after that, what we will do? When we got the tree, what we are doing? I am having this portion. Just see this. I am having this portion also. Okay. Just notice here. After getting the tree, what we are saying that when we have got the tree, when we have got this tree, now we calculate. The second step is just calculate the height of the tree. Height of the tree is basically denoted by that when we are dividing the original problem into sub-problems, then at what level it is breaking into single problem. That is, where, at what level we are breaking into single level. This is the total height of the tree. Then how we are calculating it? We are calculating it easily like this. We say that originally there were n elements. In the sub-problem, it will be n by 2. In the next sub-problem, it will be n by 4 elements. That is, if there are 8 elements, then it will be 4 elements, then 2 elements. Then at what height it will be having 1 element? At what height it will be having 1 element? Let's say at height I it is having 1 element. Then you will notice that at height, that is n upon, it is basically 2 raised to the power 0, 2 raised to the power 1, 2 raised to the power 2. The number of elements are 1. Then you can say height can be calculated like this. At, let's say, n upon 2 raised to the power I, that is at ith level, let's say the number of elements are 1, then this will be equal to 1. Now n will be equal to 2 raised to power I. Taking log on both sides, log of n will be equal to I log 2. It will be I will be equal to log of n divided by log 2. As we put it, I will be equal to log n with base 2. This is basically the ith level at which the number of elements in the tree will become 1 and the constant time will be taken. Okay, and the height is log n with base 2 or log base 2 of n. Hence we say the height of the tree is log base 2 of n. Okay. Now this is the first step was to design the tree. We have designed the tree. The second step is to calculate the height of the tree. And the height of the tree is calculated on the basis of number of subproblems. That is, on the basis of this parameter, we are calculating the height. That is, we simply put n upon 2 raised to power I is equal to 1. If here it is n upon 3, then it will be n upon 3 raised to power I is equal to 1. After that, we calculate the total cost at each level. Now, the cost at this level is basically C of n. The cost at this level is basically C of n. Similarly, you notice that here basically 4 subproblems, each is of Cn by 4. Hence, total cost here is Cn. And at the last level, you notice that the total number of subproblems are divided into C. The cost is C, and it is written n times, and the cost is here Cn. This is the third step. That is, we calculate the cost at each level, and then we sum the total cost. It is not easy to sum the total cost, hence we check how many levels are there in the tree. You will notice that in the tree, as the number of levels are one more than the height of the tree. We have studied in data structure that the number of levels in the tree is one more than the height of the tree. Hence the total number of levels in this tree is log of n base 2 plus 1. Okay, and you notice that cost at each level, cost at each level here is C of n. Hence, as the cost is same, there is no difference in the cost. Hence, we directly multiply cost with these number of levels and we get the result. When we multiply the cost with this level, we will get T of n is equal to log base 2 of n plus 1 multiplied by C of n. When we solve it, will be Cn log in base 2 plus C of n. Okay. For large value of n, while we are writing the running time, what we have to do? For large value of n, this value will be much higher than this term, and hence the running time is you can say is in terms of n log n. Hence we can ignore the smaller terms. When we are writing the running to calculate the running time, we ignore the lower order terms and we put the running time in the higher order terms, because they are basically the main measurement factor, or the running time is denoted by these factors only. Hence T of n is equal to Cn log base 2 of n. And in the previous section I told you that log with base 2 is denoted by Lg, is written by Lg. Hence T of n is equal to Cn Lgn. And when we denote it by the notation, then we remove this constant C and it becomes theta of n Lgn. Hence the running time of merge sort is n log n, and this is basically the recursive tree method. You notice that in the recursive tree method, you notice that in the recursive tree method, what we have done? First we design the tree. First we have designed the complete tree, and the last level the cost is single element cost. After that, in the second step, we calculate the height of the tree, and this is basically the each level cost. In the third level, we calculate the cost at each level, and then we sum this total cost. In this example, as the cost is similar, as we directly multiply it with the level factor, and we get a result. Otherwise, sometimes the value gets some changing. Then we directly sum them for the height times, and basically a geometric series or arithmetic series or harmonic progression series are created, and then the basis of that we get the result. This is the very first method which we have discussed here. Okay.